may be living may not be our own. The house we live in may not be a home. Waves on the seashore picking up grains of sand. Tomorrow we may die right where we stand. Borrowed time. Inevitable consequences all right down to the line. I watched the sand slide through the hourglass. I watched the grain slip into the chronicles of your mind. Could I solve your mystery? Reconcile the inner workings of your troubled mind and me. If I could let you slide into the sands of time. To be honest, I never thought I would see an African-American president in my lifetime. So it was a big surprise, but it was a necessary surprise. So I think it was very good for America as far as the world. I mean, to see that people are willing to take a chance and make a change. Because that was a big, big statement for that to happen. And I was very happy and proud of it. So, I think it was perfect. I think he's been doing a great job. He had a whole bunch of shit to clean up. And people don't realize that either. They think all of a sudden he's president, everything's going to change automatically. And he had to clean up all that Bush administration stuff. He had a lot of work to do. So, but I love my president and the first lady. Okay. My best friend Alan at the time, he was a dancer. He worked with Martha Graham, Alvin Ailey, all of those kids and stuff like that. And he was just like, one day he was like, oh, look, come with me, let's go to the city. Let's go to the city. Manhattan, that is, we're from Brooklyn. So I said, okay, let's go. He said, you got to come to this club. I said, okay, fine. So we went to this club, which was the Paradise Garage. And that was it for me. Every weekend, hook or crook, I found a way to get to the Paradise Garage because it was the most amazing experience in my life. It just, I can say it probably saved my life because otherwise I was just in the street like everybody else and you get into trouble. So I had the Paradise Garage to look forward to every weekend, either that or Zanzibar. So we were in clubs, we were out of danger. There were other types of dangers like drugs and all that kind of stuff. But it was less than, running the streets and being shot at and being robbed or stuff like that. So, I don't want to sound like everybody else, but I mean, you just hear bass from outside. That's all you heard. It was just like, you're walking up and then you go through the door and you have this long ramp you have to go up and all you heard was bass. So sometimes you couldn't tell what the track was because all you heard was the bass until the door opened and then it was just like...
Now I've got something that you really need to know. Hesitating surely only makes you slow. Come on, girl, let me take you to my fantasy world.
By the time you left that joint, you were singing it, and you were kind of like, you would go to Vinyl Mania, the record store right around the corner, and find that song. I discovered that club and Larry Levan at the same time.
He wasn't really known as doing something spectacular at the time. It was just music. He was playing music, but he was excellent at what he was doing. And plus, he had the best sound system in New York at that time. I don't know about the world, but definitely the Poetic Garage sound system could not be beat.
Now let me tell you what you do for me. You make me smile from my heart. You fulfill my every wish and fantasy. I'm so proud to be in the heart of God. There's nothing I won't do.
What was your worst experience as a DJ, especially during a set, for example?
I can't really say I had that many, but I mean, the only thing I don't like that bothers me, you know, as an experience is being booked for a gig and being asked to play something other than what I'm known for.
George Michael, Phil Collins?
Well, George Michael, I love George Michael. Yeah, you know, but I mean, there's certain things that wasn't in my repertoire. I mean, some corny stuff. I'm not a big commercial house DJ. I play commercial music, but the stuff I like. I mean, stuff I grew up in. When you're playing, they ask you to send your mixes, and so they know what you play. And then when you get there, you're playing something. Then they want you to play some weird commercial. I can't even remember the names of those groups back then. You know, a lot of them came from the Netherlands, I suppose. But, you know, kind of that trancey stuff, or they would ask you, oh, could you play Madonna? Oh, could you play this? And it was kind of like, look, you know, let me play. Because if you let me play, you might get all the things you asked for anyway, because I'm that kind of DJ. I like to take you on a journey. You're not going to hear me just play deep house all night. Because I don't just play deep house. I play deep house, classics, disco, pop. You know, I'll play Eurythmics in a minute. I'll play Prince in a minute. You know, I'll play Led Zeppelin in a minute. So if you just let me do my job, you usually get what you want. But so I can only say my worst experience is being asked to play something that I'm not known to play. You know, that bothers me. It'll just get me off my whole vibe.
Cataloged among the names and faces, so many pages, sizes and ages. Is he hair straining against the least of telephone cables that will transform unrestrained desires into lies? Is he hair struggling through the pool of bitterness, waiting for his savior to arrive? The knight in shining armor, the hardcore sex hard driver to shift his trusted kids into broadband overdrive.
House music. Back then, house music was more innovative. I mean, for me, it was more innovative. I mean, take The Jungle by Jungle Wants, or Shake Your Body by Jeanette Thomas, Sex on the Dance Floor, also known as Notice Me, CNC Music Factory. You know, just a bass, a beat, a vocal, and voila. It took you to a place we didn't even know existed. So, I mean, and today it seems people make a track in a couple of hours without putting much thought into it or feeling, and it takes you nowhere. But there are some exceptions, you know. There's a lot of good music out there, a lot of talented, innovative, creative people who came before us, and they left us an imprint, actually, you know. And all of it together created this thing called music that we love, you know. If you're going to add to it, just know that music wasn't created yesterday, nor was it created the day you were born. Mm-hmm. So all I have to say about that is educate yourself and gain some experience. Okay, well, you asked me why am I turning to trip hop. So I'm not turning to trip hop or new wave. Has always been a part of my musical culture. I actually learned who the Who were, as well as the Doors, Pink Floyd, Talking Heads, The Clash, all of that going to Paradise Garage, you know. Better Days, Save the Robots, Zanzibars, etc. The list goes on. Well, first off, the album is not just trip hop. It's an amalgamation of soul, trip hop, new wave, and punk all rolled into one. I have to say it like that. So it's not really, I know, like Shakespeare said, ain't nothing new under the sun. So therefore, it's about good music and not genre. I'm trying to be more personal, lyrically, speaking about things that actually touched me or things that has happened in my life, as well as, you know, having a good time as well. But yeah, I think the album is a little bit more personal.
Just because I made mistakes, you think I'm defeated. Just because I'm confident, you say I'm conceited. Please don't call me conceited. I'm strong.
Only thing I can say that maybe that kind of bothers me is this whole new technology thing where everybody's with their phones and looking up Shazam to see what the DJ is playing, and they're sitting on the dance floor in the way of people who actually want to dance with their phones and texting their friends like, oh, wow, he's playing this, that, oh, this, that. You know, for me, you're not doing the job I need to be done, which is to be dancing. You know, I need to see a dance floor packed of people dancing, not on their phones. You know, so that can be kind of discouraging, which doesn't really happen a lot, but I have seen a lot where, you know, they're just standing in front of the DJ booth and looking at everything he's playing and not really dancing, just looking. It's like, it's a club, yo. What's up? You know, just some groove in it. You know, dance, shake your booty, do something. You know, but otherwise, you know, everybody has their way. I'm not stepping on no toes. If it make it happy, but when I'm in a club and it's a DJ beating it like I want to be able to dance. I don't want to be worried about turning around, getting burnt by a cigarette or somebody's drink. Club etiquette, you know. You're drinking, you're smoking, stay on the sidelines. Get out of the dance floor. Don't just be in the way.
Do some serious dancing.
Yeah, and you know, do it, you know. So I guess that would be about the only thing, you know, I would have to say.
instrument.